Hello, Facebook. How are you doing, linguists? I hope that all of you are doing well. Look at this. My friend Karina, shout out to her. She's one of my really good friends, neighbors. Our kids are friends as well. She gifted me this beautiful mug.
Yes,
So
Gordon.
I'm always drinking from it because it's super like to share, right? This is what I'm
Yes,
doing every day, all day.
it's very nice.
I know.
Very, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So today we have María Fernanda Arámbula with us. Welcome, María Fernanda.
Thank you very much. My pleasure. Thank you, all of the people who are here. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for being with us. María Fernanda is with Proyecto Cenzontle. Proyecto Cenzontle is a project that was started by María Fernanda, Darinka, and Georgian, correct?
And another one who is called Angelica Ramirez.
Angelica
It's
Ramirez.
four of us. Yes.
So the four of them are, I mean, they really don't need much presentation, but they are very well experienced interpreters and translators, masters in what they do. And Maria Fernanda, who is here with us today or tonight, I'm sorry, she is a federal and local expert translator and interpreter in English, French, and Spanish. She has been for 20 years. She has a bachelor in law and translation, and she has a master in U.S. law. She's a professor at the Universidad Nacional Autónoma de México, where she teaches law. What is it? What is the name of the course? Is
Legal
legal
translation
translation.
and introduction to the study of law.
Thank you. Yes. And so let me see if everyone, I would love to see, oh, there they are. I can see the comments now. Thank you, Mr. Valle. Thank you so much. We were on
I
Instagram, by the
know.
way. Yes. Mr. Tony Valle and Erika Luera is here. Now we could join us with a cup of coffee from Arizona. She's watching us. So thank you, Erika.
Hello, guys.
Um, so yeah, we were on Instagram having a live there. So if you are not following us on Instagram, go ahead and join us there as well at the Linguists Radio. But without much further ado, we are going to jump into tonight's interview with Maria Fernanda. All the expertise and all the knowledge that she has, she's going to share with us this October 31st in this course that it's an introduction to. There is Javier Castillo as well. Thank you so much. And Susana Lizardi, thank you so much for joining us, guy.
Thank you.
Introduction to civil law and commercial law. So tell us a little bit about it, Maria Fernanda. We were talking about it in on Instagram, but and you were telling us why did you decide to start this course. So I'm gonna ask you to kind of go over it again.
Of course, my pleasure. Well, we in Proyecto Cenzontle, as I was telling you beforehand, our main purpose is to provide our colleagues, both interpreters and translators, with update courses, high-level update courses. And we have noted that here in Mexico, one of the fields where we can find a lot of work for both interpreters and translators is the legal field. So that's why I strongly believe that when you are handling or you work with a specialized translation type, which in my case is a legal translation, whenever you know about the law in that, for example, in those fields, which in this course will be the trade law and civil law, and I chose those two branches of law because the documents that we receive the most to be translated, for example, sometimes into English or sometimes into Spanish, it all depends, are, for example, concerning trade law, everything that has to do with businesses or business corporations. we if we are talking very legally speaking,
Yes.
it's going to be business corporations, to know the difference between a stock company from a limited liability company, because there's small differences between them. And for example, the groups that are in charge of the management of this type of businesses uh, change their names from one to the other. It all depends.
Mhm.
So if we do know how these business corporations work and which are the laws that support their existence, their documentation, etc., and we also know both in the United States and Mexico, it's going to be a little bit easier to deal with them. And which is more, I believe it's more important, is to really translate or interpret correctly. So I believe that this is going to give us to optimize our job. Mhm. And it's going to allow us to accepting more projects in this field.
You know what? When you were saying all of this, I thought about two things.
Okay.
Um, First of all, the United States, as you have mentioned, works with a ton of Mexican or work from Mexico. I don't want to say Mexican work, just work from Mexico.
Hmm.
In general, well, yeah, it is just that most of the legal documents, the people that we have to interpret for the conferences, a lot of them come in the Spanish
Hmm.
language come from Mexico. I mean,
Yes.
Mexico it's a power, and a lot of companies well established and that want to grow come from Mexico. So
Yes.
we were mentioning this over in Instagram that nowadays any company that wants to become, I guess, spread out, be globalized, they need a translator and an interpreter in their staff.
Yes.
That's one of the things that I was thinking. And the second thing that I was thinking is how profitable is this business, especially for commercial and legal interpreters specifically in the course that you're going to dictate. So just cutting to the chase. I mean, seriously, um, and we're gonna be sharing details here and all that, but this is a major opportunity that we must take. And coming from you, who are a master, an expert in
Oh,
all of
thank you.
this, so yeah, you have seen, I guess, a lot of companies that want to become global, that want to go, I don't know, starting their markets in Europe or here, maybe even in the States, um, go after translators that know all the terminology. Tell us a little bit about that.
Of course. Um, as you said before, if you want to become global, you need global services. And I believe both interpretation and translation are have become global professions as well. So, what kind of professionals are they going to hire? I believe people, or I don't believe, I'm certain about
Mhm.
they're going to hire people who are highly specialized, or at least specialized at the beginning. Because, for example, if you already know about this kind of specialized languages, if you know the context, if you know what types of contracts there are, or probably what types of businesses there are, or business corporations, when you translate or when you interpret, you are going to make informed decisions about what which equivalents, for example, you're going to use.
Mhm. Mhm.
You're not going to be guessing, because sometimes you just look up in the dictionary, and sometimes one word may have many other definitions. So if you know about this, if you get specialized and specialized, you are going to know which of these meanings is going to be the correct one for the document you are translating, or probably which term to use whenever you are interpreting, for example, at whenever there is I forgot. I'm sorry. There's a meeting of shareholders or whatever. It is going to reduce the margin of making mistakes, which is going to make your work much more reliable.
Yes, and your
People need
reputation.
yes, of course. People need to rely on you because if they are going to be reviewing what you did and then you checking the mistakes,
Right.
that's going to make you lose clients. Clients do not need more problems than those that you have to face every day.
And on the other hand, if you do a good job, like you're expected to always, of course, you're going to make that client grow.
Exactly.
Potentially to like an exponential level, and then
Yes,
guess what, they're going to take you with them.
of
um
course.
I want to invite everyone who's watching us right now to tell us where you guys are. I know that Erica, you're in Arizona. Thank you so much. But everyone else,
Thank
where
you.
are you joining us from? Javier, I know it's in North Carolina. Mr. Valle is in California. But what about Valentina and Susana? Tell us where you're joining us from, and please let us know your questions. This is a great course, and you have until when to register for this course?
Until Friday the 30th,
Hmm.
we are still receiving your registration because the course is going to be held on the 31st, which is Saturday,
Okay.
from 11 to 4
Yes.
Mexico City time.
And this is just something that I created, but I don't know if you can see it. Can anyone confirm that they can see it? If they can let me know. Um, you are directing this for all those experts, interpreters, and translators, students, interpreter students, or interpretation students, or translation students, even sign language professionals can take
Mhm.
this course.
Yes.
Um, Susana Lizardi says that she's planning to take this course. She's a
Oh,
perito, she's an expert. And Norma Garcia is joining us from Grapevine, Texas.
hello.
Valentina from Virginia. And Susana is in
Hi.
Mexico City. Mihai Blidia is in Chicago. And
Oh,
Rosalind is from Chicago as well. So, yeah.
hello.
Um, what what's the cost?
Oh, the cost will be $90 because I
Okay.
believe the majority of the people in the audience is American.
Yes.
So $90, and they may pay PayPal, I believe.
Uh-huh.
And you can write to us at our info email
Mm-hmm.
address, and there we will be able to answer all your questions or your doubts,
Okay.
etc.
Perfect. And let me see one other thing. Oh yeah, in Mexican pesos is 1,980 Mexican pesos.
Yes, it is.
So Susana is authorized, or she was authorized by the Superior Court of Justice for Mexico City. And Tony Valle says that we are fortunate enough to be fans and friends of Maria Fernanda.
Oh, yeah, they are so nice. Thank
Yeah,
you, guys.
it's very, very nice. So Maria Fernanda, you have told us all the reasons why someone that is interested in this field should take the course. What about someone that has been doing this for a number of years already, and they think that, well, you know, I I, I got it. I already know what they're talking about. What would you say to them?
I believe that there's always something new to learn, or probably to see things from a different point of view.
Hmm.
Because sometimes we get used to probably certain routines or certain applying certain strategies for translating or interpreting. But there's always something new to learn,
Hmm.
something. And law is always evolving along with us. because the purpose of the law is to govern the conduct of human beings in all fields. So the law is constantly evolving along with us.
Yeah.
So, for example, now just to thinking about an example, we're talking about now about offenses that have to do with the use of technology. Mhm. Someone can hack your personal information and act as if he or she were you, and you may disappear.
And
That's an
that's what you were
offense.
talking about when you said that you are always trying to present the most up-to-date information,
Of course.
right? I mean, that is something that it is the cyber piracy and cyber
Yes,
attacks. And I mean, companies have to have their back really well guarded with interpreters and translators for all of this, for all of these issues.
exactly. And we need to be prepared for that
Mm-hmm.
because we need to evolve.
Yeah.
Otherwise, probably you keep on doing the same thing, and most likely you are doing it okay.
Mm-hmm.
But why not doing it excellent?
Yeah. Take the next
Let's
step.
become excellent,
Right.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what I believe that it's a two-way street. We become professional, or we become specialized in probably in an area or in two areas. I mean, it's up to oneself, and in that way, we also that's for the benefit not only for the professionals, but also for our clients. Mhm.
Yeah.
They need to be benefited by these trainings,
Yeah.
because in that way, concerning all that has to do with the legal field, they are going to be feel at least that they are legally sure about what we are doing,
Mm-hmm.
and that they are not going to have much more trouble or to be facing much more trouble just because we made a mistake.
Right.
I
Right.
mean, making mistakes is human,
Mm-hmm.
but not so many. Okay,
Right. Yes.
we are responsible for what we do.
Um, so this is what just came to my mind. We have people that, I mean, you are an expert. That we have people like Susana, who is also has been authorized by the Superior Court of Justice. Um,
Congratulations.
yeah. What about someone like me, for instance? I have experience in the legal field as an immigration, and also I am planning to take the state exam. Could I
Okay.
take this course?
I believe this course would broaden your expectations and
Hmm.
also your knowledge.
Okay.
You are going to learn lots about, because there's a section in those exams that has to do with translation and et cetera, et cetera.
Yes.
So I believe everything has to work, and what they ask is in the majority of those type of questions have to do with the legal field.
Yes. Right. It's
So if
mainly
you
legal.
have exactly, we are going to give you the tools that you need, mhm, to build on this type of skills,
Okay.
so that your results are optimized by what you know, and you more and I believe that the most important also, apart from giving high quality or jobs or projects, you also know what you're doing, because you
Hmm.
know something that is very important in, I believe, in all fields of translation and interpretation, is if you are asked why you picked this concept and not the other one, we need to learn to to give solid arguments for
Right.
our choices.
Right.
And how do we do that? By getting trained,
Yep.
by getting to know all of this stuff.
Yep. 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 You're absolutely right. So I'm not gonna be lost on the
Of course
course.
not.
I am going to be able to, because I have 2 years of experience dealing with legal stuff, learning as well, preparing for the course. So I'm not going to be lost. There it is. Norma Garcia was asking, do you need prior legal experience to take this course?
Not necessarily, because this is an introductory course. So what the only thing I ask for is that you do know how to translate.
Right.
Mhm.
You have
If
that.
you don't, I mean, that's why I am. We are admitting students from the last, for example,
Year.
the last years,
Mm-hmm.
because they already have learned about the foundations of translation and they know several systems, etc. But you do not need to have any expertise in the legal field,
Okay, perfect.
and
And
you're very
so,
welcome, of course.
yeah, so the other question, I feel like that begs this next question, which is, you are going to be doing a second part then, after this introductory course?
Yes, we would like to. Well, what I'm planning to do is to first give an introductory course and then probably organize a workshop on
Mm-hmm.
this course so that we learn, translate. Then we learn a little bit more and we translate a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
In that manner, we are going to build up our own glossaries and all our probably quick references in case we have to deal with this type of texts. I would that's the idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Javier Castillo is joining us from Greenville, North Carolina, and
Hi.
Mr. Valle says, I'm an interpreter based in Los Angeles, California. Although I am not a translator, I believe that whatever we learn from gifted teachers like Maria Fernanda can make us better
Oh,
interpreters and translators. And then best wishes for all of us from Javier Castillo. Thank you so much, guys.
thank you so much to both of you.
So just to again, if you have any questions, I know that Susana is planning to take this course. What about you, Valentina or Norma? Are you
Welcome,
planning to take
Susana.
this course? Yes, come, let us know if you're going to take this course. But we are getting close to wrap this up. So just to remind you guys, the last day to register is on October 30th. And well, of course, I guess I didn't mention it and I should have mentioned. This is for English Spanish combination.
Yes, yes.
So the course is going to be dictated in.
The course is going to be dictated in Spanish,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, it's a way of talking because we are also leading with
Right.
documents in English.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But the majority of the course is going to be dictated in Spanish. I promise to be nice and patient. So don't
Mm-hmm.
worry. Don't
Okay.
worry. I have lots of patience. Don't worry.
Yes, you seem wonderful, and I'm eager to take this course.
Of
Honestly,
course,
like I am
of
super
course.
super
You are
psyched
all
about
super
learning.
welcome.
And you know why? Especially because the fact that the US used the common law and Mexico uses a different type of law, and you are going to be introducing that concept.
Yes, the other something that adds up a little bit of more excitement to this type of field between Mexico and the US is that we belong to very different legal backgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
In the US, we have the common law, and in Mexico, we belong to the civilist or to
Mm-hmm.
the civil family. Mhm. So we have very different concepts. So what we have to we sometimes we have to explain a lot.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
Because sometimes you can tell something to an American person or vice versa from the United States to Mexico, and we are very different cultures. We see life very differently, and that the way of thinking and of being is also set out in the law.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
So it's very interesting because we are going to learn about some historical background and legal background of each of both families, because that's going to help us also to understand our client, to understand what they need, and to understand and decide better when translating or interpreting. Which context are we working in? Is it labor? Is it Civil, is it inheritance? That's very important. And you're
And
going to enjoy it. It's very nice. I love
yes.
history and legal
And
history. I love it.
you were educated in all of this. So this is what you have been
Yeah,
doing for 20 years. I mean, that's a lot of experience.
20
Um,
years.
what I think most of Latin America uses civil law, right?
Yeah, the majority. The
Mm-hmm.
majority. The case of Chile is kind
Yeah.
because they have a very different legal inheritance.
But I think they are about to change the constitution, and I wonder if that's going to
Yes,
affect things. So, hey,
it's
Romina.
going to affect.
Hmm. I was thinking that I read that just like yesterday, and I thought, I'm sure, I am almost certain that that is going to affect the legal system as well. I mean, it's the
Of
first thing that's
course.
going to affect, right?
Yes, because they said that the current constitution they are applying belongs to the age of Pinochet.
Right.
So it's those circumstances are not valid anymore. It's another society. They need other things. That's why I was telling you beforehand. The law also has to evolve
Hmm.
because we evolve.
Yeah.
So we go together with the law.
Mhm. So, and so two comments that
Sure.
Romina Marasato, who's going to be with us on Thursday, you cannot miss that show.
Of
It's going to
course
be
not.
super interesting. But she says, would you say that case law versus codified law is a good way to quickly describe the difference between common law and Roman law?
Uh, yes and no. Probably because I'm going to tell you why very rapidly. Because in the United States, in spite of the fact that it's common law, there are certain codifications. For example, you have the UCC, or the Code of Civil Procedure, the Code of Criminal Procedure. It's being in the common law. It's not that you don't have any codes or any written laws, because every state has lots of statutes in all fields of law. I believe that the main, I would say that the main difference would be that the common law is more based in court precedents, whereas in the civil tradition, we are very much based on what the law has to say.
Hmm.
We do have courts, and the courts state the law concerning a specific case. But in the United States, it is the court precedent which is going to establish the form in which justice is going to be um, made.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Wow.
So I believe it's not just a matter of laws or no laws, but
Mm-hmm.
how justice is attained. For example, I mean it's a very rough explanation, but more.
That is interesting, though. I really I love hearing about that. Norma
Oh,
Garcia says in Louisiana they have the Napoleonic law. I didn't know that. And then Tony Valles is asking who's going to be with us on Thursday. It's going to be a series that we are going to start. It's in Spanish with SEA and Redacte. I'm not going to take too much talking about this because I want to
go
dedicate
ahead.
this show to Maria Fernanda. But yes, it's going to be a very, very interesting series that I recommend everyone following, working with Spanish as a working language again. But thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. If you have any more questions and if they want to find out anything particular about your course, Maria Fernanda, where can they email you or contact you?
Of course, the email address is info at Proyecto Cenzontle. I'm sorry, it's very long. .com.
Yeah, and it's we have a banner running down,
Mhm.
scrolling down right here at the bottom, where that's the email where you can contact Maria Fernanda or anyone at Proyecto Cenzontole.
Mhm.
Cenzontole, I'm so sorry, I always
It's
miss the
okay.
N. to find out the price, the requirements. You don't need. I mean, if you have some experience, you will be able to take this course and take it. It is $90. Are you serious? All this experience packed in $90. And we
Thank you.
know you said in Instagram, and we have to make it obviously, we have to acknowledge that it's hard times, but think of it as an investment, obviously. Um, this $90 can take you very, very far in your interpreting game, in your translation game. So go take the course. This is a magnificent opportunity dictated by someone that has been doing this for 20 years, has tons of experience. So I highly recommend you take it. I have taken courses with Proyecto Cenzontle before, and it has, I mean, great precedents. But the names, just the names, are just great. Tony Valle just shared I'm so sorry, the email address there. Can you see, guys, the banner
Thank you
that is
very much,
running down on
Tony.
the bottom? Yeah. I just want to make sure that you guys can see the banner that is running on the bottom. So if you can confirm that to us, and then I'm just gonna show this one. And that's it. Maria Fernanda, do you want to add anything else before we say goodbye?
I hope we can all be together learning and advancing. It's going to be my pleasure to meet you all and to be learning all together because I also learn from my students all the time. So it's going to be a magnificent opportunity. Thank you very much, Pamela. Thank you, everybody who is here, and all of those who are listening to us afterwards. Thank you very much. And I'll be waiting for you.
Yes, yes, we'll be. I'll be there. I'll be there.
Of
I think that
course.
it's a great investment for
Very
my career.
welcome.
So yeah, everyone else is welcome. Don't miss it. Don't miss this opportunity. Take it, and we'll see you on Thursday again. On Thursday, we will be at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. And Romina Marazzato is going to be there with Ellen Evie and Lilia O'Hara. You cannot miss
Okay.
it. It's a
Of course
great,
not.
great, great show. Take
I'll be
care,
there.
everyone. Bye.
Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, Pamela.
You're welcome.